So we are fast approaching year 5 for The Division 2. I believe at this point it's about 4 months out. And I believe that we need to see a lot more of this sort of stuff when it comes to year 5. So what we need to see more of is the rogue agents. We could see hunters, that would probably be even better. But these rogue agents were added in as a random spawn to completely throw off the missions you're running. They can also spawn in the open world when you're out doing activities like control points and territory controls, so on and so forth. But for some reason, these are incredibly rare spawns. I don't think there's any way to get them to spawn more frequently. But I recently did a video where I ran American History Museum 50 times and I never saw rogue agents once. And I always run challenging difficulty nowadays. It's just a lot less stress than heroic, but there's better loot and stuff drop from challenging than what it does on normal. It's not too much of a breeze, but it's not too much of a challenge. It makes getting footage easy. But then I was planning to use this footage for another video, just as some background gameplay. And this has happened a couple of times now because I was planning to use countdown footage for a completely different video to what I used it for. I ended up disconnecting and using it for a whole new video. And that's what's happened with this one. I planned to use this footage for a different video, but then the rogue agents spawned. I was playing Grand Washington Hotel. They spawned in, and it's just, I don't know, it adds more to the game. It makes the atmosphere better. There's a challenge to it, because depending on the amount of players in your session will depend on the amount of rogue agents. Your difficulty will make them tougher to take down and things like that. There's a few different factors, but it's like variety. Instead of just running a mission and killing the same enemies over and over again, you're getting these random spawns of rogue agents. They pop up out of nowhere. There's at least 2 of them all the time. They've got all the skills and stuff that you've got. It just adds to the game, and I want to see more stuff like this in year 5. I think at the moment their spawns are far too rare, and just in general, in the Division 2 you've only got hunters in Countdown and the Summit. Then you get rogue agents spawn in, but they're very rare, whereas you go on the Division 1, you play the Underground, and the hunters just spawn whenever they fancy. So hopefully, at some point in year 5, we see changes made to the game that adds more to it. I've been asking for the last 3 years for us to get legendary missions or something like that. I can't remember exactly how long it was when I first said that I think it would be a good idea, but it's been a very, very long time. At least 2 years I've been saying that we should have legendary missions, and they still, for whatever reason, will not add them into the game. They went and changed the classified assignments. They went and added difficulties to them. And I mean, I don't even know if they're actually aware that happened, because there's been no talks about it, and it's not a minor change. But in terms of variety, it would be nice to have legendary missions, but then I think the rogue agents, they should be spawning in way more often than what they currently do. And it'd probably be hard to create a balance for them, because you don't want them spawning in not enough like they are now. But you also don't want them spawning in too much to the point where it's ruining mission runs, it's frustrating for the players, and all that sort of stuff. So it would be about creating a good balance. And the team that are working on the Division 2, they don't have a lot to make. They're making seasonal content for year 5. They're creating the Descent game mode. But apart from that, there's nothing that they've mentioned that's in the pipeline. They will be doing a live stream to talk about their year 5 plans, and I do hope to see stuff like rogue agents come into the game. Just anything in terms of variety. Even add in legendary missions on a few select missions and have a weekly rotation to earn exotic caches and stuff like you did in the Division 1. So fingers crossed the developers do something like that in year 5. Just anything at all to add more variety in the game. But the rogue agents, I would definitely like to see more of them. Doing 50 runs of the same mission and not seeing them once, and then only seeing them once after playing a handful of extra missions on top of that, I don't think that's good enough. I think the rogue agents deserve better. So fingers crossed we see some stuff like that in the future. The near future preferably. But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about the rogue agents in the comments. Check out this video if you want to see other content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.